Everyone at this party thinks this outdoor kitchen cost $50,000. It did not. That entire setup, the grill station, the granite-look countertops, the under-counter fridge, the sink with running water, the serving window, the string lights, the whole thing, built using a used 20-foot shipping container, a weekend's worth of planning, and about $8,000 in materials. And the guy who built it? He had never welded in his life before this project. Welcome to the DIY Outdoor Container Kitchen, one of the fastest growing backyard projects of 2026. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to build one yourself. The container choice, the layout, the step-by-step build sequence, the appliances that give you the most value, the mistakes that blow budgets, and the one upgrade at the end of this video that transforms a good outdoor kitchen into a backyard that people never want to leave. Stay with us all the way through, because we're giving you the full build, start to finish, and we are holding nothing back. Before we get into the details, if you're someone who builds, creates, and refuses to pay contractor prices for things you can do yourself, subscribe to this channel right now and hit the bell. Every week we break down real DIY builds with real numbers and zero fluff. This community is full of people doing exactly what you're about to do. Hit subscribe. Now let us build. Let us start with the obvious question. Why a shipping container? You could build an outdoor kitchen frame from concrete blocks, treated lumber, or a steel stud kit. So what makes a container the better choice? For reasons, and they all matter. First, structure. A shipping container is a self-contained, weather-engineered steel box built to survive ocean crossings, stacking 4 or 5 units high and decades of outdoor exposure. It is not rot. It is not warp. It is not afraid of rain, wind, or temperature swings. That structural integrity becomes your outdoor kitchen frame, your roofline, your storage space, and your appliance housing all in one. No framework to build from scratch. The bones are already there. Second, scale. A standard 20-foot container gives you 160 square feet of interior floor space and a full 8 feet of width to work with. That is a genuine commercial-grade kitchen footprint in your backyard. A 40-foot container gives you 320 square feet, which is the territory of a full outdoor entertaining pavilion with a kitchen at the center. Compare that to a prefab outdoor kitchen kit, which typically covers 10 to 20 linear feet and costs $5,000 to $10,000 before any installation. Third, cost. A used 20-foot container runs $1,700 to $3,500 in 2026. A 40-foot unit runs $2,000 to $5,000. That is a structurally complete steel shell at a fraction of custom framing cost. Fourth, the wow factor. A container kitchen does not look like anyone else's backyard. It has presence, character, and in 2026, when outdoor living is one of the most searched home improvement categories anywhere, it is the backyard people remember. Your build starts with sourcing the right container. Get this step right, and the whole project goes smoother. Get it wrong, and you're fighting rust, structural damage, and floor contamination before you even hang a single cabinet. Here is your sourcing checklist for 2026. Size first. For a single-station outdoor kitchen, a 20-foot container is the sweet spot. It is manageable to position on a residential property, affordable to acquire, and provides more than enough footprint for a grill station, prep counter, sink, under-counter refrigerator, and storage. A 40-foot container is the choice if you want to incorporate a dining nook, a full bar setup, or a dedicated prep kitchen alongside the main cooking station. Condition matters enormously. Ask for a wind and watertight certificate, often called a WWT, which confirms the container is sealed against the elements. Walk the perimeter and check the corner castings. These are the structural load points of every container, and compromised corners mean a compromised structure. Tap the walls. If they flex significantly or sound hollow in a bad way, the steel has thinned from rust damage. Check the roof carefully. Surface rust is normal and actually seals the steel beneath. Rust that has eaten through the panel is a red flag. The floor question. Container floors are typically made from tropical hardwood, usually bamboo or apatong wood. They are incredibly durable. However, many older containers have floors treated with pesticides or fumigation chemicals from their cargo history. For an outdoor kitchen, this matters. Always ask what the container carried. Food-grade containers, meaning units that carry packaged food products have the cleanest history. General cargo containers are usually fine. Containers with unknown or chemical cargo histories need floor remediation or full floor replacement before you cook anywhere near them. Where to source? Container depots, leasing companies, and online marketplaces are your 3 channels. Regional depots offer the best pricing. Always inspect in person or hire a container inspection service at $150 to $300 if buying remotely. One more note on delivery. Flatbed placement runs $500 to $2,000 depending on distance. Verify your property can accommodate the truck before booking. A narrow gate or soft yard can turn delivery day into an expensive headache. Before you cut a single piece of steel, you need a layout plan. And not just where the grill goes. A complete vision of how every surface, appliance, opening, and storage zone works together. Here are the 4 layout approaches that work best in 2026 for a DIY container kitchen build. The pass-through bar layout. This is the most popular configuration for a 20-foot container. One long side of the container is cut open and fitted with a bifold or sliding window that opens outward to create a pass-through serving bar. Inside, a full cooking and prep run lines the back and side walls. The grill station is positioned near the end wall for ventilation. The sink and prep counterflank it. Guests gather outside the pass-through window, drinks in hand. This layout turns the container into a self-contained bar and kitchen with one of the most social and visually dramatic configurations available. The open front layout. One full end or the majority of one long side of the container is removed and replaced with a steel canopy frame that creates a covered outdoor cooking bay. The kitchen wraps the 3 remaining sides. This creates a true indoor-outdoor kitchen where the cooking and prep happens undercover, but the chef is fully connected to the backyard. This is the choice for anyone who loves cooking over open fire, smoking meats, or running multiple stations at once. The interior setup with exterior service. The container remains mostly closed with 2 or 3 strategically placed windows for ventilation and light. The interior houses the prep kitchen, refrigeration, storage, and a commercial-grade sink. A serving window on one side connects to an outdoor dining or bar area. This layout is ideal for more serious cooks who want a proper prep environment protected from the elements and a clean separation between cooking and entertaining zones. The hybrid pavilion. A 20-foot container as the enclosed kitchen core with a steel and timber pergola structure extending from one or both sides. The covered outdoor areas house dining tables, a bar top, a smoker station, and ambient lighting. The container anchors the entire structure as the weather-tight kitchen heart, while the open-air wings create the entertaining territory. This is the build that looks like a $50,000 install, but can be completed for $12,000 to $22,000 with smart material choices. Here is the actual build order that keeps your project on track and prevents the single biggest DIY mistake, which is doing things out of sequence and having to undo work you already paid for. We will cover the mistake in detail in Section 6, so hold on to that. Step 1. Site preparation and foundation. Your container needs a level, load-bearing base. Concrete piers at the 4 corner castings and at the midpoint on each long side is the most common and cost-effective foundation approach for a container that will not be moved. Concrete pier blocks run about $10 to $20 each. A full concrete pad under the container costs $500 to $1,500 for a 20-foot footprint and is the premium choice for maximum stability. If you are building on an existing patio, verify that the patio slab can bear the load of the container plus all built-in appliances. Get that confirmed before you position the unit. Step 2. Container delivery and placement. Coordinate your delivery to happen after your foundation is complete. Mark the exact positioning before the truck arrives. You will not be repositioning a steel container by hand once it is set down. Step 3. Structural modifications. This is where the cutting happens. Every cut in a container wall removes load-bearing steel, and every cut must be reinforced with a welded steel header and frame before the opening can carry any weight from above. If you're not a welder, this is the one phase where hiring a professional container modifier is strongly recommended. A qualified welder can cut and reinforce a standard pass-through window opening and a door opening in one day. Labor typically runs $500 to $1,500 for a basic single opening modification. Step 4. Ventilation and rooftop extraction. A cooking environment inside a steel box must have purpose-designed ventilation. A commercial-grade range hood with external ducting through the container roof is the correct solution. Do not skip this. Ventilation handles heat, cooking smoke, grease vapor, and moisture management simultaneously. A quality range hood with stainless steel ductwork runs $400 to $1,200. Installation through the container roof is a few hours of work with the right tools. Step 5. Electrical and lighting rough-in. Run conduit and wiring before you install any cabinetry or surface finishes. Plan your outlet placement around where every appliance will sit. A standard outdoor container kitchen needs circuits for the refrigerator, lighting, a potential countertop appliance zone, and an outdoor connection for string lights or exterior accent lighting. If you're adding a natural gas or propane line, coordinate the gas rough-in at this same phase. Always hire a licensed electrician for the panel connection and final inspection. The rough-in work can be DIY, but the connection and sign-off needs a professional in most jurisdictions. Permits for electrical work in an outdoor kitchen structure typically run $220 to $500. Step 6. Plumbing. A working sink is a game changer. Water supply line from the house runs $25 to $200 per linear foot, depending on distance. If full plumbing is complex, a utility sink on a garden hose supply with a gray water catchment tank is a solid interim solution. Step 7. Insulation. Spray foam on the interior walls and ceiling manages temperature and kills condensation on the steel surfaces. A 20-foot container insulation job runs $800 to $2,000. Optional in mild climates, strongly recommended in climates with temperature extremes. Step 8. Interior surfaces and cabinetry. This is where the build transforms from steel shell in a kitchen. Stainless steel cabinets are the most durable at $900 to $4,000 per linear foot. Marine-grade polymer is a mid-range weather-resistant option. Concrete countertops poured in place run $1,000 to $2,000 and suit the container aesthetic perfectly. Tile is the budget option at $300 to $800. Granite and natural stone are the premium choice at $2,000 to $4,000 plus. Step 9. Appliance installation. Grill first, then refrigerator, then sink. Built-in grills run $800 to $1,500 for a quality mid-range unit. An outdoor-rated under-counter refrigerator runs $400 to $1,500. A stainless steel sink runs $150 to $600. Pizza oven modules, smoker compartments, kegerator taps, and soft close drawer banks are all available upgrades depending on your vision. Step 10. Exterior finishing and lighting. The outside of your container is your first impression. Paint or rust-proofing primer followed by an exterior top coat in your color choice is the baseline. Corrugated steel cladding in a contrasting color can add visual texture. Timber cladding on the visible faces using pressure-treated or cedar boards brings warmth and softens the industrial look dramatically. String lights overhead, wall-mounted dusk-to-dawn sconces, and under-counter LED strip lighting complete the atmosphere. Outdoor lighting installation runs $2,100 to $4,900 for a fully professional setup, or a fraction of that for a DIY approach using plug-in and solar-powered fixtures. Here is the full cost picture for a DIY outdoor container kitchen in 2026. No tricks, no hidden costs. The container. A used 20-foot unit in solid condition runs $1,700 to $3,500. Delivery and placement. $500 to $2,000. Foundation, concrete piers or pad. $400 to $1,500. Structural modifications and welding for openings. $500 to $1,500 if you hire a welder for the critical cuts. Ventilation and range hood. $400 to $1,200. Electrical rough-in, fixtures, and lighting. $800 to $3,000 depending on complexity, not including licensed electrician final connection fees. Plumbing supply and drain line. $500 to $2,500 depending on distance from the house. Insulation if required. $800 to $2,000. Cabinetry and countertops. $2,000 to $8,000 depending on material choices. Appliances including grill, refrigerator, and sink, $1,500 to $5,000. Exterior finish, cladding, and lighting, $500 to $3,000. Permits, $500 to $2,000 depending on your municipality. DIY total for a fully functional and well-finished 20-foot container kitchen, $8,000 to $22,000. Compare that to a professionally designed and installed custom outdoor kitchen without a container, which averages $13,180 nationally according to 2026 data and runs $45,000 to $60,000 at the high end. Or a prefab modular kit at $5,000 to $10,000 in materials alone before any installation, structural work, or utility connections. The DIY container approach delivers more space, more permanence, more storage, and more visual impact for a comparable or lower total investment. And according to Angie, an outdoor kitchen in a warm climate market can return 100 to 200% of its build cost at resale. This is the section that could save your build. Here are the mistakes that take a great DIY project sideways. Skipping permits. Some jurisdictions require building permits for permanent outdoor structures. Some require separate permits for electrical, plumbing, and gas connections. Skipping the permit process does not make these requirements disappear. It creates a code violation that can require you to demolish or relocate your build, invalidate your homeowner's insurance for the structure, and surface at the worst possible moment during a home sale. Check with your local authority before you break ground. Cutting before reinforcing. Every opening you cut in a container wall must be reinforced before you remove the cut section. Cut first without reinforcement, and the surrounding panels flex, warp, and can create stress fractures in adjacent welds. This is not a theoretical risk. It happens. Mark your opening, weld your reinforcement header and frame, then cut. Underestimating ventilation. A steel box traps heat. A steel box with a grill firing inside it traps even more heat, plus smoke, grease vapor, and CO. Your ventilation system is not a nice-to-have. It is a health and safety necessity. Size your range hood appropriately for the grill BTU output you are installing. Choosing the wrong appliances. Consumer-grade outdoor appliances are rated for a deck or patio. A container kitchen is a permanent structure that sees more intensive use. Invest in commercial-grade or at minimum commercial-quality outdoor-rated appliances for the grill, refrigerator, and any gas burner setup. The price difference is real, but so is the performance and lifespan difference. We promised you an upgrade at the beginning of this video. Here it is. The single edition that takes a great outdoor container kitchen and turns it into the backyard that no one wants to leave is the covered outdoor dining zone directly attached to the container. A simple steel and timber pergola structure extending 8 to 12 feet from the open face of the container, covered with polycarbonate roofing panels or a cable tension shade sail, and furnished with a weatherproof dining table and bench seating, creates an outdoor room. Not just a kitchen, a destination. Add a ceiling fan mounted to the pergola beam to keep air moving in summer. Run your string lights across the overhead structure. Install a small outdoor Bluetooth speaker under the pergola canopy. Set a concrete planter with herbs next to the kitchen opening so your guests can smell rosemary and basil while you cook. This addition costs $1,500 to $4,500 in materials for a DIY build. The experience it creates is worth 10 times that on any evening you use it. The DIY outdoor container kitchen is one of the best backyard projects you can build in 2026. It is structural, permanent, genuinely functional, and delivers a visual impact that no prefab kit or concrete block build can match. And when you build it yourself, you save $3,000 to $10,000 in labor while building something that is completely, personally yours. Source the right container. Plan your layout before you cut anything. Build in sequence. Do not skip the ventilation, the permits, or the reinforcement work. Choose appliances rated for permanent outdoor use. And add the pergola. Trust us on the pergola. If this video gave you the confidence to start planning your own build, drop the word container in the comments right now. We want to hear where you are in the process and what your vision looks like. We read every single comment. And if you want to see the full material shopping list and tool checklist for this exact build, our next video breaks it down item by item with current 2026 pricing from the major suppliers. Subscribe now so you do not miss it.